right, guys, we got to talk about cash burn. This is very, very important because on NIO Day, NIO CEO William Lee said that in 2024, they're going to build out 1,000 more swap stations, putting the total number at around 3,100, and 20,000 chargers, putting the total number to about 40,000 plus. So that means they're going to double the amount of chargers they have, and add about half, all right, add 50% more swap stations in 2024. So this does mean a lot of cash burn. Yes, it does mean they're going to be spending a lot of money next year. However, I want to point out to the fact that they've pretty much done a lot of the R&D work for their NT 2.0 cars, for the NT 3.0 ET9, and for me personally, I'm expecting R&D expenses to personally drop in 2024 because they're not really like doing R&D on new tech for new cars, because they've already done the R&D for the tech, and they're just going to gradually roll that out to the newer vehicle models. And they're not launching any new vehicle models in 2024, only slight refreshes. So the R&D will probably be more focused on stuff like the new NIO phone, which wouldn't cost them a whole lot of money, and perhaps optimization for the chip, and they've already developed the chip. And also things like the sub-brand, they've already gotten their vehicle ready, so they're probably just going to put some R&D into that, but not that much. The most of the research and development thing is already done. All right, so they've done all the R&D in the past couple years. Now it's time to take advantage of the research that they've done, the tech that they've done, and launch these products. So I personally don't think R&D expenses will increase in 2024. But one thing that they are doing is they're starting to build new houses at highway resting areas. This is another area that they're spending money on. And also, I think now that the policy in Shanghai has become more strict, NIO can't be that comfortable relying on sales from Shanghai, because that's going to be constricted. So NIO's PR team told me for the past couple of months, NIO has always taken the #1 spot in terms of luxury vehicles sold in Shanghai. That includes gasoline cars, because gasoline vehicle license plates are heavily restricted over there. So overall, in general, NIO is at the helm in Shanghai and around that area. But with this, the change in policy for the license plates in Shanghai, that means NIO can't rely on that, on Shanghai to pretty much carry the sales numbers. And they have to shift their strategy more towards those smaller cities, which at the smaller cities, people still haven't come to the idea of accepting owning an EV, owning something like a NIO. So in smaller tier 4, 5, 6 cities, most people still choose BBA over a NIO. So a lot of the work has to be done to put infrastructure, new houses in those smaller cities. So that is also where we're going to be seeing some money being spent. Now, remember NIO's CEO during the job cuts, all right, recent job cuts, maybe like a month ago, he said that they're canceling all sorts of projects that will not benefit their balance sheet within the next 2 years. So, and they're focusing the strategy from 5-year time frame down to 2-year time frame, and get things right within that 2-year time frame. So that really tells me that we're going to see things take effect during that time period, all right? So in 2024, that's when we're going to see things get optimized more. Optimize, production optimization, sales optimization, the staff being more optimized, where their money is being spent being optimized. They're probably going to spend money on building stuff, but overall, things are going to become more lean, in my opinion. Also, if we look at Q4 numbers, which obviously Q4 isn't even over yet, but they had several expenses that they had to hang on to in Q4, such as purchasing the factory and also laying off the employees, The job cuts, those have heavy severance. So that's a lot of money that NIO has to spend. And that's going to show up on the Q4 report. And that might not look so good. And it might spook some investors. But you guys, knowing that, will not get spooked. Also, we know for a fact that in June 2024, they are entering the UAE. So they're definitely going to be spending some money, a little bit of money in that area. So UAE, but UAE I think is going to be a very good market for NIO, and I think they're going to succeed because those people, they love those expensive, opulous cars, big cars as well, and that's exactly what NIO has to offer: high tech, high performance, big comfortable cars. So they're going to be spending some money there as well. Also, with the optimization comes with the fact that a lot of the freebies are going away. All right. Freebies, what do I mean by freebies? Like, for example, a very good point is recently at NIO Day, at every single NIO house or NIO space that they hosted the NIO Day screening event, which I didn't go to because I wanted to watch it at home. But after that event, you could have dinner right there, and it would be like a very good meal. And NIO is, of course, charging people money for it, and the prices aren't cheap. So this is definitely a good shift, because before it was like they were spending a ton of money to first of all host NIO Day and then also give things away for free. But now things like NIO Day, they get NIO owners to volunteer, and then the singers that they invite, they pay them less money than before. Like this year, the singer that they invited for NIO Day 2023, they paid them much less than the previous singers from previous years. And they're trying to earn money by offering these events. Very, very nice. Now, one thing that goes against the interest of stock investors, all right, this goes against your interest, is the fact that on NIO Day, NIO's CEO talked about how people used to go 50-50 in terms of the long range and standard range battery. And of course, going for the long range means more revenue for NIO. But now it's more 95-5 because of flexible upgrade. People are choosing the standard range battery instead of the longer range. There's only 5% of people that actually choose the longer range because, of course, there's flexible upgrade. You don't have to buy the bigger capacity battery. You can just rent it whenever you need to, which is very good for NIO owners. NIO also gets a little bit of money from that, but definitely not as much as selling the 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. So there's definitely some lost revenue from that. The other thing about optimization is pretty much all swap stations this year and going forward are unmanned, pretty much unmanned. There are still some technicians. Gen 1 swap stations will definitely require a technician, but most of these technicians are essentially on standby. Like there might be one technician for maybe 3 or 4 swap stations, and then if there's ever some sort of maintenance or situation, then they get called over to go there. But this does mean that if you do get stuck at a swap station, the response time is a little bit longer because you have to wait for them to arrive. In general, you're seeing NIO have a more lean team with more talent, all right, and they're not wasting money carelessly. And also, I've noticed they do put out some ads on Weibo or WeChat, some video ads promoting stuff, and even like the ET9 video, I saw that pop up as an ad on WeChat, which is pretty cool as well. Obviously, NIO is spending some money on advertising to get people to know about NIO. But I think, they're more advertising the car, but I think what they really need to do is advertise battery swap, which I haven't really seen them do that much of in those ads. What do you guys think about the cash burn situation in 2024? Do you think they're going to burn more money or less money? Let me know in the comments down below.